Hey guys, Michael here for our first video review, hooray! And this one happens to be Darksiders 2, which was a game that just came out for your PlayStation 3s, your Xbox 360s, and your PCs. Darksiders 2 starts out with Death as the protagonist instead of War. The time period is during the first game when War is in his 100-year imprisonment before jump-starting the apocalypse. In order to free his brother, Death wants to prove his innocence by reviving all of mankind, something that points him in the direction of the Tree of Life. Death is a solid character with a personality, dark sarcastic sense of humor, and pretty bitchin' mask. Unlike War, he no longer communicates solely through threats and grumbles, rounding him out as a character and making him a person you want to see throughout the journey. Sadly, the story he is in isn't as exciting. Almost every quest feels like padding in this overly long game. Go here, do this, then get 3 of that for 3 more of this, and then the cycle repeats over and over and over until you meet the game's incredibly anticlimactic boss fight at the end. Not to mention that not much of interest happens. Death's journey is a fairly calm affair with not many events tipping the scale either way. It's just sort of a flat graph with very tiny peaks and valleys for its story moments. Being long is one thing, but not having the right amount of golden breadcrumbs to lead you upon this trail makes the game seem longer and drags on everything that happens. This padding weakens any narrative punch and makes Death feel like an errand boy going through the motions. The dungeon design is similar. Instead of focusing on good puzzles that challenge your problem-solving skills, most of these brain teasers, in quotes, are just things you do without much thought. Like I stated in the text, putting your key in the car door and then the ignition isn't a puzzle, it's just something you do to progress, and that's what a lot of the puzzles fall victim to in this game. This is disappointing because of the first game's stellar puzzle design, and because of all the gadgets you get along the quest. Each has untapped potential that the game rarely dips its toe into, and by the end, you never really feel mentally tested. You just feel like everything was at its level 1 puzzle test instead of its level 5 how it should have built up to. Boss fights fall victim to the same thing. You just kind of hack and slash until they die without using that item you just got to kill them, which was a fantastic part in the first game and every goddamn Zelda. However, this combat is much improved. Combos are reminiscent of Devil May Cry, which is an extremely great compliment, with juggles, items, quick weapon swaps, magic, and an array of unlockable moves, giving combat a depth unseen in the franchise. The brand new loot system dictates your weapon set, a system recognizable for people who love games like Diablo and Borderlands. Combat, while better, still has issues though. Dodging and magic are interruptible, which is a cardinal sin in the combat genre, along with the Z targeting being a broken way to target enemies. It narrows the perspective too much and makes the camera get too wonky. You'll know this when you get pushed into a corner and you can't see anything but blood and numbers flying off enemies. Although the game looks and sounds great, with the likes of Joe Madden and the Assassin's Creed 2 composer Jesper Kyd respectively behind each facet. The art style carefully teeters on realism and a comic book style for a great overall look, and the soundtrack, while vastly overplayed, develops solid melodies to explore and fight to. I only wish Darksiders 2's awesome moments were closer together in a tighter, more coherent package similar to the first game. It has the combat, girth, and art style, but the length negatively impacts everything I hold sacred about this game. It was a good game, but I wish it would have done more things great instead of a lot of things good or okay. That wraps up the Darksiders 2 review. I give it a 7.5 out of 10, which is still a good score. I still recommend people try it if they're interested at all in this game. So, the written reviews on the site, so anyone willing to get a more detailed description can read that. And thanks guys. This is the first one of these, so excuse me if this sounds weird. Thank you guys. Later.